let me ask you the question. Do you crave carbs for energy? Now, kind of a redundant rhetorical question, right? Because who doesn't crave carbs for energy? Or at least a lot of people crave carbs for energy. But we're talking about people that are tired, they're exhausted, they're not getting enough energy to get through the day. That type of person. And then they have these sugary cravings because they need that energy. They get shaky, lightheaded, and jittery if they haven't had a meal, or after a meal they crash and they feel tired and sleepy. It seems like their blood sugar levels can go up and it can go really low, but at the end of the day there's not a lot of energy. And from a genetic side of things, we call these people in our Your Genetic Type Unlocked course the weak cellular type. And the weak cellular type has that perfect storm of all the stressors in life. You know, those stressors like work and family and finances and fun, all of those things that you have everyday demands for impact your body to the point where over time you don't rise to the occasion like you should. You get brain foggy, you don't focus, you have very little energy. If you exercise, you're burnt out, you crash, you don't have a lot of stamina, you may be ruined for the next couple of days or even a week, so you don't even do it anymore. And really, you're falling behind. You may be working, or maybe you're not even working anymore, but maybe you're working at a reduced rate, reduced capacity, and maybe even concerned that when they find out how you're losing your zip, they're going to let you go. So these are the people that I'm talking about that typically crave carbs and are a weak cellular genetic type. What I did for you is I wanted to drive home the message of sciences when you were in high school and you have flashbacks of that Krebs cycle. And basically, in layman's terms, when you eat fats, you eat carbs, you eat proteins, they have to kind of go through the factory and make it into Krebs cycle to make ATP. And two things I want to talk to you about that we see that has the weak cellular really gasping for energy is the acetyl-CoA enzyme, or ACAT enzyme. And I have this polymorphism, and this is one of the reasons I had my own adrenal exhaustion problem. But on the ACAT enzyme, what it does is it helps to kickstart the Krebs cycle and get those nutrients into the cycle to be produced for ATP. Now, granted, a lot of other things gotta go properly for that to happen. I'm missing out on a lot of things like B vitamins and carnitine and B5 and a lot of different nutrients that you need along the way to make that happen. Different proteins, different amino acids, different cofactors. But one of the main factors that I see be a huge rate limiting step is the availability of NADPH. And that's a whole series of videos that I will be doing elsewhere on this channel. But just know that when you have stress, when you have inflammation, when you have EMF exposures, and you are overstimulated and you have infections and all the things that may be impacting you for your energy production are the same things that are impacting you for your ability to produce NADPH and not use it all up. So that's really important. So what I want to tell you is that if you're the type of person who is craving carbs for energy and you may have this ACAT enzyme, which you would want to know from a genetic test, 23andMe, Ancestry, we don't like those ones so much anymore, but we use one called Functional Genomic Resource, which is an amazing resource to be able to look at that ACAT enzyme and other enzymes for that matter that a person who has the weak cellular type is going to have that potential challenge. So things like PANK is another one, FADS, ME1, other solute carriers that help bring carbs and proteins and fats into the cell. We look at those things to say, hey, you have a genetic potential based on the environmental stressors to cause these to be relevant and not be able to get fat, carbs, and protein into the cell for energy. So what do we do about it? Well, I love carnitine. I love pantethine. Those are amazing nutrients that can really help that. Getting a good, healthy, common sense B vitamin diet with not too much excessive stuff of this stuff. And then getting the genetic test so you can determine this is a relevant factor for you and you need to explore that. Also knowing about NADH or NADPH, trying with some supplementation, but more specifically doing the proper workup to be able to help that. Not use fool's gold in terms of caffeine and or sugary stuff to give you that false sense of energy, especially those crappy energy supplements like 5 hour BS, 5 hour whatever it's called. Those are crappy crap that's going to make this even worse in short term, a little spike, but not at the expense of the detriment that it provides you as a result of that. So anyways, what I want you to do is go over to yourgenetictype.com and check out our free mini quiz. We also do have the course that we teach you all about this. It's called yourgenetictype.com Unlocked. It's the Unlocked course. And then we also have testing that we can send to you all over the world so that you can figure out how to fix this. At the end of the day, that's what you want to do, is you want to know how to fix this. So my name is Dr. Joel Rosen, and I look forward to ending your cravings for carbs. Take care. Have a great day.